Now on 4 News Now at 6, a Spokane nonprofit, thousands in donations, and a social media post implying misuse of funds. What the founder of Giving Back Spokane is saying about the allegations.
It's traditionally the hottest time of year for our region, and it's felt like it will tomorrow again, but our showers on the way to break the heat. I'll let you know.
And from public pools to splash pads to libraries, we'll show you what the city of Spokane is doing to help people escape the heat. Well, tonight, troubling allegations of financial mismanagement have emerged within Giving Back Spokane, a beloved community volunteer group, raising concerns among its supporters. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Derek Dice has the night off. Hunter Bertram is live in studio now to share what we've learned today since these claims surfaced. So, Hunter, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Kirsten, well, this anonymous post on Giving Back Spokane's Facebook claims misused funds, but the accused leader remains unclear. One board member of the organization also shared the post, raising concerns among supporters seeking clarity.
We do have pretty big news today.
Giving Back Spokane founder Rick Clark.
You might be like, no, I think it's about time, it's run its course. We will be shutting our doors as a nonprofit on June 15th. So
last month, Giving Back Spokane began its transition away from a decade-long operation as a nonprofit. As the organization wound down, allegations surfaced today regarding financial discrepancies. I spoke with board member Sarah Welliver, who wrote to me in a message saying, in part, Giving Back Spokane board recently discovered financial discrepancies during its wind-down process. The board of directors took immediate steps to investigate, secure organizational assets, and notify the appropriate authorities, including filing a police report. These allegations shocked many supporters of the group's mission. One longtime donor said in a message, "It's just very disconcerting. Our world is filled with bad news. Giving Back Spokane Quarantine was a bright spot. For years, that bright spot has aimed to assist in areas of need by donating backpacks, goods, and fundraising." Its founder, Rick Clark, continues that mission today. I spoke with him earlier. He said he's just learning about the accusations and doesn't have more information. I asked if he could share who is suspected of misusing funds, but he didn't have an answer. Kirsten, I also reached out to Spokane Police to see if a police report was filed. I'm still waiting for confirmation. For 4 News Now, I'm Hunter Bertram.
All right, Hunter, thank you. And forecaster Jason Valentine joins me now. He's in for Chris Crocker. So, Jason, plenty of heat on the way this week.
Yes, we are well above our average for this time of year. It is the hottest time of year, so this makes sense. But also some showers on the way as we get to August. On Friday, this year is zipping by, Kirsten. All right, folks, a beautiful day out there and a beautiful evening, and hope you had a wonderful day so far. Start to your week. 89 right now in Spokane. We're in the upper 80s for most of our areas, and that is going to be continuing. So taking a look at the radar, look at what's going on down by Lewiston, Pendleton area. These showers are not yet coming into our regions. We could see it, though, start to break in as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and there's a reason for that. There's quite the weather system that is pushing the system into that region. Currently also, it's pushing smoke into much of that region as well. Missoula's right into it. It's just missing the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area, so that is some good news. We hope that continues to be the case with winds pushing it. It is coming from the from the west to the east, so it is continuing to push it out just enough. So light winds throughout our areas. We've been seeing more or less light winds. We saw a little bit of gusts in Spokane just about an hour ago, but that has been slowing down, and we don't expect much wind into the evening hours. So in our evening hours, what we do expect to see is more clear skies. Just a gorgeous night. Get your telescopes out. Should be beautiful. The heat will be back on tomorrow. Warmer days for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then those showers might be coming. I'll tell you all about that in my First Alert weather forecast that's coming up.
All right, we will want to stay tuned for that, Jason, because we have multiple days of extreme heat on the way. And right now is an important time to know the signs of heat-related illnesses like heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Some symptoms of heat exhaustion include dizziness, thrust, heavy sweating, and nausea. If you or someone you know is experiencing heat exhaustion, move them to a cooler area and have them sip cold water. Without treatment, heat exhaustion can escalate to heat stroke, which is a life-threatening condition that can cause confusion, loss of consciousness, and even death. If you notice more of those severe symptoms, call 911 right away. Extreme heat kills an estimated 2,000 people every year in the U.S. According to the CDC, it is the deadliest weather-related threat in the country. So where can our most vulnerable in Spokane go when the heat becomes unbearable? Madeline Mullins is outside of one of the city's cooling centers. So Madeline, how can people access these centers?
The city has several free places you can head to cool down. Some of them you may have already been inside. I'm standing in front of a few. One is the Shadle Park Aquatic Center and the Shadle Park Library. Now, both of these spots were very popular today, but this was not the only place I found people escaping the heat. When the clock strikes 1 and open swim begins, floods of people head into their local pool to cool off.
Public pools, wonderful. Used to enjoy them when I was a young man. My young grandson now enjoys them very much.
But the pool is not the only place I found people seeking refuge from the heat.
When it's hot out, I like to sit at the park in the shade.
Here under the shade of a tree at Franklin Park, many parents sat watching their kids play at the splash pad.
We've got 19 of them. They're spread all across town, and they're open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So they're functional. You just walk up and hit a button, and you get a nice, cool refreshment there.
And if getting wet is not your speed, Copper Stevens, who lives here in Spokane, knows another place you can go to cool down.
Definitely the library.
And going to the library also.
Definitely.
The public libraries are open 7 days a week, offer AC, Wi-Fi, and are free for anybody to use. And for those who need somewhere to go at the end of the day, the city has a place to go for that as well. When the temperature hits 95 for 2 days in a row or more, the city is able to add 89 extra beds to already existing shelters.
Folks can always utilize Shelter Me Spokane, which shows you where available bed space is among the service providers that do contract with the city.
And while these places are spread throughout the city, SDA has made it easier for you to get the relief you need. On days that are 95 degrees and hotter, rides to these cooling areas are free. And the biggest piece of advice I heard today was not about the best spot to go to cool down. It was about looking out for your neighbor, making sure that when temperatures do get hot, everybody has a cool place to go. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Madeline. Let's take a live look now at the Spokane City Council meeting right now. It's happening tonight. Council members set to appoint a new member to fill the seat held by former City Council member Lily Navarrete. Navarrete stepped down at the end of June, and she's represented Spokane's 2nd District since January of 2024. The next person selected will hold the seat for the next 4 months. Voters will decide who will succeed Navarrete for the next 4 years in November. The City Council will also vote to approve a nearly $4 million payment for a man who was killed by police in 2022. Police shot him when they say Robert Bradley pulled a gun on them. His family says he was unloading guns from a recent camping trip. The city previously agreed to a $500,000 settlement to Bradley's fiance, but his kids did not accept it. If this settlement is approved, it will end a wrongful death lawsuit without the city admitting to any wrongdoing. We will have the results of both of these votes tonight on KXLY.com and on Nightside starting at 11 o'clock. Still ahead, President Donald Trump is in Scotland talking trade as he announces a new deal with Europe as trade talks continue with China as well. What it could mean for the price of cars, medicine, and your favorite bottle of wine. And a familiar levy back on for some Spokane voters. Why one Spokane fire district is back on the ballot despite being approved earlier this year. That'll be at 6:30 tonight.
I was fueled by seeing the rage on his face.
Why the sister of one of the 4 University of Idaho murder victims says she was ready to go to jail when she was face to face with her sister's killer. That's next on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windermere Real Estate.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Figuring out how to best care for a senior in your family can be overwhelming. That's why several Spokane senior living communities have joined forces to bring you helpful, timely videos at kxly.com/seniorliving. Get expert advice, find trusted resources, and prepare your family for the future. Become informed because we know the needs of your loved ones will continue to change. Visit kxly.com/seniorliving today for helpful information and for people you can contact with your questions.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
If you're looking to add more elegance and security to your home, then check out the doors of possibilities from McVeigh Brothers. At McVeigh Brothers, they sell Therma-Tru doors with more than 300 different styles to choose from.
We're working for you. For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers has been upgrading homes and making them beautiful. In this month, we're offering special financing where you can put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest till 2026. McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath, psychopath, murderer.
That was video of Olivia Gonsalves confronting the man who confessed to murdering her sister Kaylee before he was sentenced to life in prison. She recently sat down with ABC's Kana Whitworth to share her experience seeing Kohberger face to face and what was going through her head ahead of that sentencing.
I was fueled by seeing the rage on his face.
This morning, Kaylee Gonsalves' sister, Olivia, reflecting on her fiery and relentless victim impact statement.
I was prepared to be arrested that day.
Really?
Really. No, I'm not joking. I think that every single one of us were.
Speaking directly to the convicted murderer, Olivia says she went off memory because she didn't want to break eye contact.
Man, was he mad. That was obviously a big point of why I did what I did, to make him feel small, because he is.
The truth is, you're as dumb as they come. Stupid, clumsy, slow, sloppy, weak, dirty.
It actually makes me really emotional. I got up there knowing that my speech wasn't to Kaylee and Maddie, it was for them.
You want the truth? Here's the one you'll hate the most. If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your ass.
It frames the statement that what's really important in my statement are the victims, not the defendant. And I think that also makes a big statement. Diminishing him is really super important to victims.
She says she sought out specific details to include in her speech.
I mean, I stalked the stalker. I found everything that I could from him online from the beginning of time to now. It fueled me to know that I got you pegged. I had one shot at it and I was going to make the most of it.
Olivia says that she and many others in her family have been receiving hateful messages on their phones and social media from people who support the killer. But Olivia says they're undeterred and they will continue to make Kaylee and Maddie proud. Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, some people will need to run to the store before watering the lawn or setting up a slip and slide. Roughly 3.6 million Hydrotech 5/8-inch expandable burst-proof hoses have been recalled. Despite being called burst-proof, Winston Products says there have been more than 200 incidents where those hoses did in fact burst. More than 24 injuries have been reported as a result. These hoses were sold at places like Ace Hardware, Home Depot, and Target. Investigators have identified the skeletal remains found at a homeless camp back in April. DNA analysis and dental records confirmed the remains belong to Dylan Harrington. Harrington has been on the run since 2022 for killing David and Geraldine Covey. The sheriff's office says they hope this brings some closure to the Covey family, while the circumstances of Harrington's death remain under investigation.
Well, folks, the heat continues as we churn through the last couple days of July, and the heat will return tomorrow and Wednesday. But changes are coming as we enter August this week. I'll get you and your family prepared. My first alert weather forecast, that is next on 4 News Now at 6. Stick with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Prime Source Credit Union.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, is helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
Conquer the road in a 2025 Atlas. Get a 2.9% APR or a $3,500 customer bonus. Go big. Go Atlas.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The last time Mario Cantone came to GMA, and just like that, Mario is back.
What took you so long?
So what could happen this time?
I knew I was going to go off the rails.
Plus, Allison Brie and Dave Franco this week on Good Morning America.
Well, take a look at this. A real fruit fiasco right near the Pangborn Memorial Airport in East Wenatchee. That semi carrying cherries flipped over, leaving crews with a sticky situation to clean up. And the Douglas County Sheriff's Office had to close down the roads nearby while crews removed an unknown number of cherries. I don't think anybody was counting them one by one.
No, that sounds like the beginning of a children's book.
It does, yes.
And I love Fruit Fiasco. It could be called that. That's fantastic.
Hey, producer Steven, you got another job lined up there.
Exactly. Beautiful day today, Kirsten. Beautiful weekend, but we do have changes on the way, but we're going to have to get through some heat first. Let's take a look outside at our lovely cities. Coeur d'Alene, you did it. You got to 90 degrees. Spokane, just a touch cooler than we expected today, but still right around where we were thinking. And again, we're just above our average for today. We're going to be about 10 or so degrees above our average tomorrow as we're starting to warm up into the next couple of days. So the heat is on, mid-90s tomorrow. Chance of rain this week. I think we're going to be getting some rain at some point. I'll get to that in a bit. Now, winds are remaining light. Now, I showed you earlier, we've had quite a bit of thunderstorms rolling right through to the east of Lewiston. So for today and tomorrow, isolated showers very likely in this kind of drab green, and in deeper green, we're looking at scattered showers, but the chances are going to increase in the next couple of days. What's going on? We have this moisture track that is just missing Spokane, Coeur d'Alene region, and again, just on the periphery of Lewiston, say, and Pullman. So that is bringing in the possibility of a little bit of shower activity there tomorrow. We had a little bit this morning, and that will continue for a lot of our areas as we get into the next couple of days. Look at this, it's kind of a party going on with the thunder and lightning down by LaGrange, just south of Lewiston. More thunder and lightning going on in Montana. They've had quite the show for, if not the last week, the last 2 weeks. So on our forecast radar for our regions, beautiful overnight. It is going to be clear. Then we're going to be looking at a very nice Tuesday. Again, highs mid to upper 90s. Then as we head into Wednesday, looking good. But as we get to the afternoon, that is when we're going to start to see some shower activity coming in. We also, you see this red, it is going to be a fire weather watch for parts of the Cascades. So shower activity possibly coming in. Better chance will be Thursday night into our Friday. So high temperature trend, we're going to take a big dip as those possible showers come Thursday night into Friday. And then we're going to be staying cool into our next weekend, but we're hitting the apex mid to lower 90s through Thursday. Current temperatures, 90 right now in Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's, hot in Pullman at 88, 97 with those showers just to the east in Lewiston. So a warm evening, and we're warmer than we were yesterday. We're going to be pretty much the same. We're going to be just a little warmer as we get into tomorrow. And then that cooling trend at least is going to start as we get into Thursday into Friday. Current winds, not much of a factor. Luckily, though, we are seeing winds, again, for Coeur d'Alene coming in from the west going east. That is helping keep the smoke that is enveloping Montana right now at bay at pretty much our border. So take a look at our planning forecast. Mid-90s for Tuesday, Wednesday. Could even be a touch warmer. And then we'll see those shower chances coming Thursday and Friday, and those cool conditions are going to stick for our weekend. So after that perfect weekend and a pretty darn nice today, again, depending on your love of heat, we're going to have a similar day tomorrow and Wednesday, but keep an eye out for showers, especially Thursday night into Friday.
All right, thank you, Jason. Still ahead, former NFL star and head coach of the University of Colorado shares how his cancer diagnosis changed his life. Plus, a new plan to speed up building new child care centers. Why Spokane City leaders say it could be a big boost for working families. And a new U.S. trade deal sparks pushback from Europe. What it could mean for the price of everyday items next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Olympus Living of the Spokane Valley. Independent and assisted living for adults 55 plus.
It's our July 4th month-long sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $15,250 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the Raptor cake. Now how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance. And 25% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Introducing the leaf-free rain gutter protection system from McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, Windows, and Rain Gutters. Never clean out your gutters again and put those dangerous ladders away, as the leaf-free system attaches right to your current rain gutters and protects it from all the leaves, pine needles, bird nests, and debris that can clog your system and cause problems. This system will extend the life of your gutters. For more information and a free quote, call Team McVeigh.
We're working for you.
At Northern Quest, it's easy to get distracted with over 1,500 slot machines, including 392 different slot titles, all competing for your attention. A sexy Roman god here, a magical owl wizard there. Whatever's going on here. It can be a little overwhelming until you realize our slot machines pay out $167 million in annual jackpots. You're not so distracted now, are you? Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
It's our July 4th month-long sales event where you'll find new Sierra 2500 HDs with savings up to $14,000 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Around the nation, President Donald Trump is in Scotland tonight as a big trade deadline looms at the end of the week. The president also announcing he struck a preliminary trade deal with the European Union. ABC's Karen Travers explains what this deal could mean for you.
President Trump in Scotland this morning talking trade alongside the British Prime Minister. The president says China is tough to negotiate with, saying we're going to see what happens. With days to go until the August 1st deadline for President Trump's tariffs to kick in.
We're making deals that are good for us.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in Sweden today for trade negotiations with China, the world's second biggest economy. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney today says his country's negotiations with the U.S. are at a critical stage.
The negotiations are at a intense phase. It's a complex negotiation.
On Sunday, the U.S. and the European Union agreeing on a 15% tariff covering most goods from the EU's 27 member countries.
It's the biggest deal, I think, in history, not just trade deal.
European leaders today blasting that deal. Spain's prime minister says he supports the trade agreement, but without any enthusiasm. German Chancellor Merz says his country's economy will suffer considerable damage as a result of the tariffs. And the Hungarian prime minister says President Trump ate Ursula von der Leyen for breakfast.
15% is not to be underestimated, but it is the best we could get.
The tariffs will cover cars and pharmaceuticals, one of the EU's biggest exports to the U.S. The 15% tariff down from the 30% tariff the president threatened. But it's still not clear what it means for popular European wine.
15% on top of another 14/15% on the dollar exchange rate makes 30. And this is already pretty bad.
President Trump says the European Union will also buy $750 billion in energy goods from the United States over the next 3 years, as well as a large amount of military equipment. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And this ongoing trade war could mean you may spend a lot more on back-to-school shopping this year, and some families are already stocking up.
Over 2/3 of shoppers have already started picking up items for the season.
We'll show you how much the average family is expected to spend this year and the creative ways some are using to save some cash. That's tonight at 6:30. Well, new laws are now in effect in Washington meant to help with our ongoing housing crisis, what it all means for families looking for affordable homes. Plus, why voters in South Spokane County are seeing the same EMS levy on the ballot again. What the fire district says led to the redo and how the funds could help save lives.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From your head and shoulders down to your toes and everywhere in between, Kootenai Health provides advanced medicine right where you need it, right here in North Idaho.
Lemonade, 50 cents. Time in the sun, 4 hours. Profit, $4.75. Why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Put some pep into it. This lemonade isn't going to sell itself.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
With heat like this, air conditioning's a necessity. Bill's Heating and AC can get you the relief you want with the urgency you need. We offer free same-day estimates and next-day installation. Plus, all our new equipment comes with a low price guarantee. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and take advantage of our 0% for 5 years promotional financing.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. That is why our highly trained technicians handle every job with unmatched professionalism. From broken springs to noisy rollers, we'll get your door running smoothly, securely, and fast. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Triathletes, if your body reminds you that you are not, in fact, made out of iron, know that Kootenai Health is here for every stroke, pedal, and step of your journey. Find your specialist at kh.org.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, voters in Washington have until next Tuesday to turn in their ballots in this year's primary election. Spokane County Fire District 8, which covers much of southern Spokane County, is asking voters to approve its emergency medical services levy. If this feels like deja vu, you're probably right. The same levy was on the ballot and passed back in April. Derek Strom is live on Palouse Highway for us tonight. And Derek, why are voters being asked to approve this again?
Kirsten, Fire District 8 says its legal counsel caught a filing error with its levy on the April ballot, nullifying the results even though voters passed it. The district opted to run the levy once again in August, and it hopes voters will continue to support it.
It's an efficient way to provide services and, of course, help and save people's lives.
Voters in southern Spokane County might be having deja vu when they look at the August primary ballot. Fire District 8 already ran a levy in April for EMS funding, but it's running the same levy on the August ballot. The district says it included information from the Consumer Price Index, which is only allowed on the August primary and November general election ballots.
They would need to send it back out to our citizens with full transparency of what had occurred, as well as ask for them to reaffirm, in essence, that levy.
If passed, the levy would fund 2 paramedic positions in the fire district. It would also pay for defibrillators and cardiac monitors the district says need to be replaced.
Our goal is that it will maintain and actually expand staffing to ensure that we have a paramedic at all of our 4 fire stations 24 hours a day.
The fire district says it's been sending out information to alert voters that the levy will be voted on again to avoid any confusion. One voter I spoke with wasn't aware the levy was already on the ballot, but plans to support it.
Generally speaking, I think so. If they're short on resources and if it helps response times and, of course, helps save people's lives, probably leaning that direction.
Ballots for the August primary were already mailed out earlier this month, and they're due next Tuesday, August 5th. 57% of voters supported this levy the first time it was on the ballot in April. Live in South Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thanks for clearing that up for us. And Jason Valentine is here now with the First Alert forecast. It's getting hot again.
It is getting hot again. It slowly started last week.
Yep.
Weekend was nice, and we're above average right now. It is the hottest time of year. But then we're going to be a little below average as we get to our first weekend of August, this upcoming weekend. Let's take a look outside. 89 right now in Spokane. What a beautiful evening we have in store. Hope you had a beautiful start to your week. And we do have those changes on the way. It's going to take a little while, though, for them to come. But for tonight and into tomorrow, thunderstorms the next 2 days. Isolated, Kalispell, Kellogg, St. Mary's. It includes Pullman and Lewiston and Grangeville. That area, just a little bit to the southeast, is a little bit more scattered or even frequent if you move a little further in there. And look at all of the light lightning going on just south of Lewiston. My goodness, Grangeville actually had an alert there just about 30 minutes ago. But that is a mess of thunder and lightning. It is going to miss our areas. And we're going to be staying dry into tomorrow. But we do have a chance of seeing some shower activities we get into Wednesday, but especially Thursday and Friday. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. So winds are continuing to be pretty light. They are just enough, though, to keep smoke at bay. Smoke right now is engulfing a lot of Montana. It is coming up from some forest fires in Arizona, and winds aren't going to be picking up for the next at least 12 hours. So let's get you ready for your overnight period. Clear skies. Going to be gorgeous. Overnight lows are warming up as well. We're going to be in the lower 60s. We do expect to be in those mid 90s tomorrow, but my full forecast coming up. I'll give you the timing on those showers coming up later this week.
All right, thanks, Jason. A new proposal would cut through the red tape that's keeping child care facilities from being built where they're needed most. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown announced this ordinance this morning, and Mary Sheridan joins us to talk about the impact this could make in the region's child care crisis.
Spokane City Council will soon consider a proposal designed to help close the childcare gap in the region.
Spokane has some of the highest childcare needs in the country, quite frankly.
These needs were highlighted in a study conducted earlier this year in the University District. Arrowleaf Consulting led the data collection and analysis of this study, which produced staggering statistics.
77% of people that took the survey said that they've had to work fewer hours than they wanted to because they don't have childcare they need.
At its core, the study found a hard truth. Spokane's University District is in the midst of a severe childcare desert, which is why Mayor Brown is introducing a new ordinance that would allow more childcare facilities to be built in Spokane, and faster.
There's a lot of challenges with putting daycare and childcare facilities in residential areas, for example.
Councilmember Paul Dillon is a co-sponsor of this initiative. He says this proposal would cut away red tape that's keeping early learning centers from being built where they're needed most. Currently, the city is considering developing a new multi-use building in the University District. One of the uses would be an early learning center.
This is centrally located. It's close to downtown. It's close to East Central. That's one of the poorest neighborhoods in the city, and there is very high need for childcare facilities.
Dillon says this classroom alone will not solve the problem, but it's a step in the right direction. The City Council will take up the issue on August 25th. Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Well, an Airway Heights woman pleaded guilty to having homemade explosives in her apartment and car. Police arrested 54-year-old Angela Andreas Miller back in January after finding 8 devices inside her unit at Basalt Ridge Apartments. Investigators say she first blamed another man who was living there, but later claimed she was just doing research for a book. A judge now sentenced her to 6 months behind bars with credit for time served. The Spokane police are searching for the person who shot 2 men on the South Hill over the weekend. This shooting happened early Sunday morning near 57th and Hatch Road. The 2 victims took themselves to the hospital. One of them was reported to be in serious condition. As of now, no arrests have been made, but anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Crime Check. The number right there on your screen, 509-456-2233. Well, listen up, Washingtonians. More than 300 new laws went into effect over the weekend. Some could lead to major changes in your neighborhood. Hunter Bertram joins us now with the laws that could lead to more construction where you live.
Right, Kirsten, some of those new laws are meant to deal with the state's ongoing housing crisis. Some say one of the biggest issues facing builders in the state is parking requirements. One new law makes it so counties and cities cannot require more than 1 spot for every 2 units. It also can't require builders to include more than 1 space per single family home. So with no parking spots, how are families supposed to get around? Another law would fast track construction of housing projects within a 10-minute walk of public transit. An example would be an apartment complex being built near an STA park and ride. That law also requires a percentage of those homes must be considered affordable housing for the next 50 years. While these laws are now in effect, lawmakers have time to implement them. them. There's a grace period that goes all the way until 2029 for cities to update their housing plans. Once that plan is in place, cities and counties will have to enforce their new rules within 6 months. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. Well, another law removes medical debt from your credit report. Experts from STCU tell us medical debt accounts for more than 50% of all credit collections. That debt can stop people from being approved for a home or car loan, even medical services due to an outstanding bill. The Biden administration passed a similar law, but it was paused by the Trump administration. Last week, it was struck down by a federal judge in Texas. And another law that would have required priests to report child abuse learned during confession was supposed to go into effect yesterday, but that law was blocked earlier this month. Washington bishops sued the state, arguing it violated religious freedom. The court agreed, putting the law on hold, at least for now. Catholic officials say priests can never reveal what's shared in confession under church rules, but all other abuse allegations must still be reported. This law is temporarily blocked while the court case plays out. The Professional Women's Hockey League has expanded to add a Seattle team, and the players are already gearing up for the season this fall, Sydney.
Yeah, the franchise has done an outstanding job really gathering a talented group of women with a lot of hockey experience, but the players are actually getting their first taste of the Pacific Northwest for the very first time. We're going to hear from one PWHL Seattle defender on how the team feels about being a part of this inaugural season. That's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Ever since Emmy got a new mattress from Denver Mattress, her math scores are through the roof. And Billy, nothing but the best sleep thanks to Denver Mattress. And now he's undefeated, 228-0. And during the back-to-school sale, setting up your star student for success is simple. Buy any Denver Mattress brand mattress and get a second half off. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Add superior sleep to your student supply list during the back-to-school sale only at Denver Mattress.
We have all your SUV options here at Post Falls Volkswagen. Choose the SUV with easy-to-use technology that best meets your needs and budget. There are so many choices, so take as many test drives as you want, and our knowledgeable staff will assist you with all the information you need.
The redesigned 2025 Tiguan just arrived and is turning heads. Smarter, sleeker, and more stylish than anything on the road.
Find SUV options at Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Don't worry, it's just me, it's Chad from the Easy Home Buyer.
Selling your home doesn't have to be scary. At the Easy Home Buyer, we make it simple, fast, and hassle-free, so you can focus on your next chapter.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
The big-hearted neighborhood mailman. The delivery that brought this woman to tears.
I just needed someone in that moment.
What was in the package? Next, Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Paradise spreads its wings.
We like to call this chemistry test Birds of Paradise.
But who's getting plucked?
I had second thoughts after I gave Bailey the rose.
I'm friends with Jeremy, but Bailey needs to know.
New Bachelor in Paradise tonight on ABC.
The Emerald City is welcoming in its newest professional athletes with the beginning of the PWHL Seattle era. The team was added to the Professional Women's Hockey League and is set to begin its first ever season this November. Seattle is the 8th team in the PWHL and has just wrapped up signing and drafting its athletes for the inaugural season. The group of women is coming from all over the world with professional, Olympic, and international experience. One of the natural leaders is defender Kayla Barnes. She's already played 1 year in the league with Montreal, but is also a 2-time Olympic medalist and 6-time medalist at the Women's World Championships.
the league is growing rapidly. The hockey is phenomenal. Every game is, you never know who's going to win. So each night to kind of step on the ice and, have a competitive game is really fun.
Kayla shared the team has been getting settled in this past week. The players are seeing and living in Seattle for the very first time. It's something they'll experience together and something Kayla hopes will help continue to bring them closer before the season begins. Seattle Mariner legend Ichiro Suzuki became the first ever Japanese-born player inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame yesterday. Ichiro was the 2001 American League Rookie of the Year and MVP and totaled 3,089 hits in his MLB career. He says he's able to join baseball legends in Cooperstown because of his unrelenting work ethic and attention to detail. The Mariners will celebrate Ichiro the weekend of August 8th in T-Mobile Park with jersey giveaways, Hall of Fame replica plaques, and a number retirement ceremony. For now, the Mariners are still on the road trying to pick things back up after a 4-1 loss against the Angels yesterday. The bright spot to the loss, though, Cal Raleigh hit his 41st home run and still leads the MLB in that regard. They begin a 3-game series against the A's tonight and are back at home on Thursday against the Rangers. Former NFL star and head coach at the University of Colorado, Deion Sanders, is now cancer-free. Sanders, also known as Coach Prime, was diagnosed with a high-risk form of bladder cancer earlier this year. He's been stepped away from the team for a while due to health reasons, and today he filled in the public about the news and how his life has changed because of the diagnosis.
It's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm going to be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. I depend on depend. If you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real.
Well, Coach Prime's medical team says he had surgery to remove his bladder and reconstructed a new one and announced he's cancer-free. Deion added he's going to be back to coach his Colorado Buffs and in perfect timing as college football is starting to ramp up for our local teams, including Washington State, Idaho, and Eastern Washington. They all begin fall camp later this week. WSU and Idaho under new head coach from last season. Those two will face off against each other in week 1 of the season. The Vandals and the Cougs square off in Pullman on August 30th. Eastern Washington is on the road against Incarnate Word for their season opener. And I just wanted to add, a few minutes ago, we learned Spokane native and Cubs icon Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg has died. He was a 10-time All-Star who collected 9 Golden Gloves, 7 Silver Slugger trophies, and won the 1984 National League MVP award. Kirsten?
Thank you, Sydney. Summer vacation is still in full swing, but we are just a few short weeks away from the start of the school year. And that means, of course, parents are starting their back-to-school shopping. And because of inflation, some families are cutting back. But savvy shoppers are finding ways to save. CNN's Michael Yoshida gives us a look at some of the ways they're saving some cash.
2 consumer sentiment surveys are due out this week that'll show how Americans are feeling about the economy. But as the back-to-school shopping season kicks off, consumer behavior already showing shoppers may not be too confident.
It's almost that time of year again. With school supply lists in hand, parents are already beginning to shell out big bucks on books and bags, pencils and paper, crayons and calculators.
Over 2/3 of shoppers have already started picking up items for the season. This is a record high, up from 55% last year.
Catherine Cullen of the National Retail Federation says shoppers are bracing for the potential impact of tariffs.
Consumers are trying to get ahead of any potential price increases by shopping a little early, particularly for key items like apparel, electronics, and dorm furnishings.
A new survey from Deloitte found the economic uncertainty, coupled with higher prices on just about everything, is also leading many consumers to cut back, with plans to spend $570 per child on average, down 7% year over year.
We are seeing the continual impact of inflation on the discretionary items, being a little bit less affordable when the amount they have to spend on their households and on health is a little bit higher.
But as parents tighten their wallets, they're also getting more creative in finding ways to save.
We're finding increased usage of first social media. This is the first year we're seeing a meaningful increase in the use of generative AI tools to support back-to-school shopping.
And those we spoke with say parents aren't necessarily using artificial intelligence to make or complete purchases, but they are becoming more tech savvy and figuring out ways to use AI tools to find better deals and find the best place to buy that item for the best price. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida.
Well, it may be time to think of back-to-school shopping, but summer is still in full swing as the heat has hit today. It hits even harder tomorrow, but we have changes coming up you're going to want to hear about. That's next. My First Alert weather forecast. That's next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The selection and savings have never been better at Finley Downtown Toyota. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, Finley is launching the most aggressive deals of this summer with incredible financing options and hot lease specials.
And if you need extra money for your trade-in, we're giving $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book for every trade-in.
You can find it all this week at Finley.
Finley Toyota's downtown.
The Davenport Hotels invite you to a signature weekend of culinary delights, September 26th through the 28th. Join us for the Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival, taking place in downtown Spokane with multiple events offered throughout the weekend. Purchase any festival ticket and receive a 20% discount code to stay at one of the Davenport properties. Information can be found on the Davenport Hotel Collections website under the Experiences tab. The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival this September, sponsored in part by Windermere Real Estate and 4 News Now.
Backyard barbecues, family gatherings, now is the best time to visit Jacobs Custom Living. New furniture has arrived and Jacobs really has the largest and most varied inventory ever. Comfortable lounge furniture, elegant outdoor dinner sets, umbrellas, and much more. Hurry in and experience for yourself the high-quality outdoor furniture at Jacobs Custom Living that will make your deck, patio, or cabin a wonderful place for gatherings all summer long. On Sprague, just east of Sullivan.
STA plays a vital role in our region by getting essential workers where they need to be. From grocery store clerks to food service staff, STA makes it possible for them to reach their jobs, so the rest of us can access the services we rely on. We also support business owners through employer bus pass discounts. STA is more than transportation. It's a vital link that keeps Spokane strong. Driven by community, powered by people.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Missisquoi.com.
Welcome back. Starting the week off nice and warm. A lot of people out enjoying the splash pads and the pools and wherever we can go to stay cool.
It's the primo time for getting in the water.
Yes.
It's going to be for the next couple of days, but maybe some water will be coming on us here as we get into the next couple. Let's take a look outside. It's just been a gorgeous day throughout. Still 90 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Look at all this sunshine. 89 in Spokane. And we expect to be a little warmer tomorrow and for your Wednesday. But then the big cool down is coming down as we get to the end of the week. So a lot going on. So the heat is on, mid-90s tomorrow. Chances of rain coming up, and winds are remaining light. So a lot of good stuff going on. We do have this moisture track, though, coming in from the south through California, and it's bringing quite a bit of shower activity right now into Montana, into much of the middle section and southern section of Idaho. And it's just missing many of our areas, but Pullman, Lewiston in those regions. And we've been seeing shower activity rumbling through the southern part of, Idaho, going into Montana, just by, not yet at Lewiston, but my goodness, that is quite the storm. And we've seen it for the past couple of days. So as we look at our forecast radar, here's what we can expect for our areas. Yes, clear skies yet again for our regions. We've just been missing out on some fantastic light shows. As we move into our Tuesday, tomorrow, going to be beautiful into the evening. Then as we get into Wednesday morning, looking nice as well. So Wednesday, we're going to see a little bit of shower activity starting to form in the northwest. We also have a fire weather watch going going on due to dry lightning in the Cascades. We'll see if any more alerts come up. So there is a small chance of a little bit of shower activity coming in on Wednesday, but better chance will be Thursday and into Friday. So our high temperature trend, we're going to be in those mid-90s for the next couple of days. So again, warmer tomorrow and Wednesday, maybe starting to cool down a bit Thursday, and then a big drop into Friday and then into our weekend. This will be the coolest weekend we've had in a while. So after just a scintillating July, for the most part, we are going to be cooling down, oddly enough, starting on August 1st, this Friday, and into our first weekend of August. So temperature right now, looking at 90 for Coeur d'Alene, our hotspot. It's just 97 with those showers just off to the east. I can just imagine that Lewiston is quite humid at the moment as well. But a warm evening and 24-hour change, pretty significant for Ritzville. Other than that, we're looking pretty much on schedule. We expect a similar bump up tomorrow, maybe not for Lewiston. I think Lewiston's at its peak, but we do expect to see those warmer conditions as we get into our Tuesday and Wednesday. So current winds, we are light. We're going to remain light, but there is just enough wind coming in from the west into the east that it's keeping that smoke at bay, which is definitely good news. We are right on the border of it, so a lot of smoke coming in from fires throughout the Midwest to the Southwest, including a big one in northern Arizona. 7-day forecast, 95 tomorrow, 96 on your Wednesday. Then those chances of thunder showers or just plain old rain. We need any rain that we can get. Good news also, if you don't like the heat, we're going to see a cool down into our next work week. So folks, a little of everything for the next couple of days. The heat will be on tomorrow and Wednesday. Then changes could be on the way with some showers or thunder showers starting Thursday.
Thanks, Jason. And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Monday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Gulf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Do you currently live in an older home and are needing to replace your siding? We offer fiber cement, steel, and vinyl. Or maybe your roof or windows deteriorated and it's time to replace them. For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been upgrading homes and making them beautiful, using the very best products sold today. In this month, we're offering special financing where you can put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest till 2026. At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship, made for your home, made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture, only at the Tin Roof.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, Spokane City Council is underway right now, and they are voting on a council member replacement for District 2, and they will also be voting to approve a nearly $4 million payment to a man killed by police in 2022. We'll be watching this meeting tonight and go over all the details on the votes tonight on Nightside.
Also on Nightside, I'll get you even more updated information on the possible showers coming later on this week. Your Tuesday, after that beautiful Monday, a little warmer. We'll see highs in the mid-90s, plenty of sunshine, light winds. Similar day on Wednesday, but we're going to see those changes start Wednesday evening as we could see some shower activity come in, but better chance Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, we do need to be ready for those thunderstorms. It's going to be different all over again.
We love it.
Yeah. All right, see you at 11.